Hey, it's me, Gozi. This is the sign, letter, promotion, whatever it is you call these things, that got things rolling again. It wasn't here. It was outside, kind of tossed aside and dirty. But Elder, when Elder saw it, he said, "Oh, you need to open up a restaurant again." And so that's what got me started working on the idea again. Open up a restaurant in this house. But man, the work that needs to be done, As a matter of fact, right now, you might have just now heard some banging around coming from right up there. They're installing a new rain gutter across here. They're installing it inside the existing rain gutter, which a friend of mine said, "Oh, that's the old style rain gutter. It looks like a homemade rain gutter to me, really rustic." But, yeah. You can see all these dark lines across here, and this stuff here, and that over there, and that over there. That's where the rain's been coming through for who knows how long. Well, you might know that I've been in this house since the first week of November. I moved in here, and it's rained, it poured down rain a couple times, filled my dining room floor. Anyway, so now, as soon as they get done with that, we're going to be painting all this. So we've piled everything around the edges of the rooms into the middle of the room. But my table's always a mess anyway. I always pick up things, say, "Hey, I think I'll fix that. I think I'll work on that," and throw it on the table, and that's about the end of it usually. Well, eventually, I do get around to fixing things, but it takes a long time because I'm busy usually with this thing, you know. Because I write and write and write all day long. I even write on this little board. Look at this nice little frame I made for this. Am I a carpenter or what? Man, come on. So, I need pepperoni. That's not spelled right. There's supposed to be an E right there. This is supposed to be queso. And then harina, because you don't pronounce the H in Spanish. And chile P for pimienta. Sharp, which is the mark of the syrup, maple syrup that I buy. And anyway, this is the situation right now. We're working on getting this place ready so that we can reopen a restaurant. And this time it has to work, because the fifth time is a charm, from what I understand. I had a place in Antigua when I first moved here, and with the help of someone who kind of jerked me around a little bit, I lost that place. That place was called Cine Cafe. And then I moved to the lake, Atitlan, and I had a restaurant there. And I can't think of the name of that restaurant right now. I named that after a little boy who... Anyway, I'm not going to tell that story right now. It'll take too long. No. I can't think of it. Anyway, And that fell through because two people that said they wanted to work with me, and street people from Antigua who wanted to volunteer and work with me, came with me over to Lake Atitlan, and they ended up stealing not only from the customers, but finally they stole the rent money. But they made a mistake. They stole half of the money I had in a box getting ready to pay rent. Now, nobody steals half the money. It was all together. They probably thought that was, I don't know what they thought, but they stole half the money. And only they could have done it, so I knew who it was. Anyway, that caused me to not be able to pay the rent, and then ended up having to, yeah, I had to fire them. So then they went to a judge, and the judge had me come to talk to him, and then the owner of the property where the hotel was that I was running. Well, anyway, and the end of that story was I had to let go of the rest of the hotel, and that was that. So I had that. Then I moved to San Antonio a couple of years later and opened up Fire Mountain Cafe, and that was working good. But I had a Korean student who wanted me to go to Guatemala City and teach English in a neighborhood, enclosed neighborhood. Anyway, that's another long story, but that fell through at the last minute. But I'd already closed my restaurant here in San Antonio, and I was kind of stuck living in Guatemala City for a while. But that turned out to be a blessing, because through that I got to work and teach preschool children, Korean children, how to taught them English. In a year they were speaking English, having conversations. It was quite amazing. Like the youngest one was 3 years old, 4 or 5, yeah, that was it. That was the age range, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that turned out to be a blessing. And all kind of cool things happened there. But then some people robbed a couple of the banks. The bank, what do you call them? The executives. They conspired together, did something, and they stole a bunch of money from a couple of the banks. And my Korean students' parents had their money in those banks. So I don't know what happened to those families, but they quit bringing their kids to the Korean daycare. The daycare closed, and I was out again. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that during that time I opened up another restaurant in San Antonio, which is called Big Frank's, referring to large dogs. Wow, I wonder how that noise is going to sound when, yeah. Anyway, then I had to close that restaurant, because that was kind of partly depending on my work in Guatemala City. So it was only open a year, and I had to close it. And oh man, so that's how many is that? 4 restaurants already. And then I opened up another restaurant, and then I opened up another restaurant. Yeah. So I've had 5 restaurants. This would be the sixth restaurant. And we'll see how that works out. But anyway, that's where we are right now. Hopefully, that Easter. I said Easter. I don't say Easter. I do not say Easter. I stopped saying that years ago. Now, why did I say that just now? I think I heard somebody say Easter Sunday, and that's stuck in my brain again. It's not Easter. It's not Easter. It's Resurrection Sunday. Or it's, anyway, I really loathe that word. I am disgusted and amazed that somehow the Christian church even the Protestant church has continued with that word. Words mean things, you know? Yeah. So hopefully by Resurrection Sunday, we'll be able to not open the restaurant, but have a fiesta here, party, and then right after that, open the restaurant. That's the idea. We're working on it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the lowdown for now. God bless you, and have a good morning, day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is you're having right now. Goodbye.